Well, you got a number. I can call you back here in a minute. We got to start this. We're live now. Okay, bye.
Good morning. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please rise for the prayer and flag salute. Charlie, if you don't mind leading us.
Sure. Father, we thank you for, again, the opportunity to serve the people of this county. And in doing that, we need to make wise decisions. So I just pray that you would grant unto us wisdom and the courage to make those good decisions. And we just pray that this would benefit the people of this county. And the wisdom you give us, we hope that you're glorified through that. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Any citizens desiring to be heard?
No one filed.
No one filed. Item 5, consideration and possible action on approving minutes of November 30, 2023.
Well, I have not seen the minutes.
They went out about 6 o'clock this morning because that's when I finished them. If you all want to table them to the next meeting, you're welcome to.
I read through them. They looked okay to me.
I thought they were.
Well, I didn't see them this morning, so
Well,
I'll take your word
we
for
can
it.
table.
No,
problem.
I'm fine. Knowing our next meeting and how much there is to do in that, I'll trust your wisdom.
I'll move we approve.
I'll second.
I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item 6, open sealed bids and consideration and possible action on moving said bid.
Gentlemen, we do have one situation before I get to these bids. And let me point this out so we all know. As part of the standard bid package, the bid instructions we require and it goes out marked, that if using an overnight or delivery service envelope or mailer such as FedEx, UPS, Priority Mail, the following information must be clearly placed on the front. Sealed bid number, closing date and time, and we give that information. Bids received without this information affixed will be rejected. That's standard on every bid we send out. We have received 2 envelopes, both of them with a return sending of Dolisi, so my assumption is they include bids. However, they are not properly labeled in any way, shape, or form. As such, they're rejected. I am going to pull the tabs just to verify that it is a bid, but we cannot look at the bids and we can't consider them. But being that it was Dolisi and bid time, I'm assuming it's a bid.
We'll throw them out.
And
Let's
it
get
would,
on with
and
this.
that one is, and that one is. So they are deemed rejected. Okay, let me mute this, sorry.
And so which would this be, A through F here?
I'm assuming it will be bids for
Rock.
the rock and the maybe the road base repair. I don't know. They weren't labeled. They didn't even have a bid number on them. So first bid is cold patch 6 months. Logan County Asphalt, the only bid received.
Well, I'll move that we approve Logan County Asphalt.
And I'll second it.
I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I will say that I had individual come into my office that wanted us to try their cold patch, and I haven't done that, but if I come across who it is, I'll make sure that they need to know about the next time we do bids on this.
Bids are posted on the website.
Okay.
And any vendor can subscribe through the website to receive notification when we make those postings.
Okay. Okay.
Well, just for the record, picked up is $124.50 a ton.
Is that an increase or the same what it's
I
been?
think it was 100 and, I think it went up some.
I did a little bit, but I don't have it.
Okay.
Did we vote on that? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Yeah, I didn't think we had a motion on it yet.
Yes,
Did we? Okay. Accept it again.
So
You
we're
want
down
these
to-
back now, Troy?
that's all right.
But we need to sign.
Mhm.
Next bid is for rock and rock hauled. They didn't put their vendor name on here, but it is from Pawnee, and that's fine on that one. Brown Transportation and WJ Trucking and Construction, so that is a brand new bid.
Do we have to take
Oh,
those?
Stewart Stone, sorry about that. Stewart Stone, Brown Transportation, and WJ Trucking and Construction.
You do not have to take the low bid, you can take and or best, but you have to justify why it's the best bid.
Yeah, we
Okay.
need a written justification. And you do not have to award these bids today. Typically, when they're the complicated bids, they can be tabled so you can get a spreadsheet for the next
Okay.
meeting. I forgot this is Charlie's first go at 6-month bids.
Yep.
Which is often what we do on these complicated matters. Ask for them to put on a spreadsheet so we can evaluate them a little more in depth. Cushion rock, 1550 for an inch and a half. Pawnee, inch and a half, 1450.
I'm assuming this is Brown.
And this is Stewart. So this isn't hauling at all, this is just picking up at the plant.
Yeah.
Brown Transportation.
This is hauling here.
Brown Transportation, I guess this is rock delivered, inch and a half, $30 a ton. I think they come down some.
Which zone, Ron?
They put $30 in every zone. Inch and a half limestone, 34.
And they haul out of Davis, right?
There's two different places they haul out.
Okay.
This WJ trucking is 4384 across the board,
I'll put it in the trash.
an inch and a half. And it's gonna come from Delisi, Midtown.
You want this on a spreadsheet or?
I would.
Yeah, I'd like to not move on this today, but have a chance to compare them on a spreadsheet if we could, so.
Can you pass those back this way to me,
Mhm.
please?
Yeah, go ahead.
I will.
Is that a motion?
Not yet.
Table it?
No, you don't need a motion for that.
Thank you.
Let's not crack it
Troy, will you create the spreadsheet?
It will be done by Tracy and Lucy, and they'll email them out.
Okay, all right, thank you. Your office does it then.
We are the official purchasing agent for the county.
There you go.
Okay, our next bid is 6 months for bridge boards, and Leo Hicks is our only,
Is that the group out of Texas?
yes.
Mark, you want to make a motion that we
You want this? on
approve that one?
spreadsheet?
I'll second it.
You want it on
There's no-
spreadsheet?
No?
I make a motion, we pay out the I for Bridgeport.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion on bridge boards? Hang on. Just for common knowledge, a 16-foot 3-12 board is $120, an 18-footer is $135, a 20-footer is $156, a 22-footer is $171.
Is that delivered?
No. If you buy a bunch, or if you buy a semi.
Yeah, do they mention you have to buy a semi-load with that to get those prices? How many of those boards you have left over, Mark?
I still have a pallet.
Just give them away.
We did get you paid back, didn't we?
I don't know. It's all good.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Next bid is for asphalt products.
All serve the same people.
Logan County Asphalt, Pasco Lemon, Atlas, and TJ Kimball.
I'd recommend a spreadsheet.
Yep.
You need to.
I drove by the house we were talking about last meeting. And nobody's living in there. Someone went and poked holes all in it so people don't ask if they could buy it. That house is vacant, Charlie, on Sooner Road.
Which one?
That brick home there on Sooner Road.
Oh, okay, okay.
Nicole?
Yeah, stapler.
So,
I'm out of staples.
Try one
Just-
more time.
Oh.
out of curiosity, what's the difference between virgin hot mix type A, B, and C?
Well, A is gonna be like an inch and a half rock.
And
B will be type for 5/8 rock, and C is 3/8 rock. But the virgin it's brand new, freshly made.
Mm-hmm.
I personally like recycled, and my theory on that, when they recycle asphalt, is it'd be like a 20% recycle. Some of the rock in recycles already got oil on it, so I feel that you're getting more oil in your asphalt.
Okay, okay.
When you're building a road,
Oh, I see the recycle. Now, they didn't have any price for this. Does that mean they don't do it?
Well, it's on the next page.
That is the last page.
no, I don't think Logan County does. I think you
Okay.
Virgin.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But the bigger the rock, you want it closer to the ground, and then you build up to that smoother driving course.
So here's some difference.
Was obviously more expensive.
Well, it's all
Yeah.
expensive.
We'll look at this with the spreadsheet.
The reason we had it broke down in zones years ago, I was like, I'm right there by those asphalt plants. Why am I spending? Because the way you have it all bid, we have to bid like we're going to Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
And so we broke it down into.
So that's delivered price then?
It's some of it will be picked
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
So Haskell Lemon recycled is $57.50 a ton. That's for type A. Type B and C is normally what I use is 65 and 66.
That's picked up.
Picked up.
And see, here's picked up here.
I say
Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's delivered. This is District 1, 2, and 3, the different
Mm-hmm.
zones.
They do have it a little bit more for 3 than, don't they?
On some of them,
Yeah.
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 See, this is probably his farthest point.
Yeah, yeah.
And the way we used to do it, which is, I don't know, it doesn't help him any, but is we all paid extra in case he wanted to do something in Marshall.
Mm-hmm. Well, this will be good for me to read through.
Mhm.
It's
And
another
that
reason why
spreadsheet
spread
is,
the tax different for
Yeah.
district three.
that'll help me make my mind
Is,
up.
do they make asphalt up in Enid anywhere?
Just slide those this way, please.
I'm sure they do.
Probably no, wouldn't be any close to them.
Yeah, it's no close.
Next bid, asphalt laid in place.
I recommend spread-
Haskell Lemon, Atlas Paving, TJ Campbell.
I think Haskell Lemon's the one that did that project on Simmons. Yeah. So. This way. Look first.
This is laid in place.
Where do we keep our lay down machine?
Whoever uses it last,
Okay.
I don't know, do I have?
Where is it?
It's in my shop.
I know I don't have it, so.
I don't have it either.
Oh, wow. You haven't been taking care of the stuff owned by the trust very well, have you?
It's actually sitting in my barn. Not my barn, it's sitting in the county barn.
There you go.
I'd recommend a spreadsheet on asphalt laid in place.
Me too.
Yeah, me three. Now, you're gonna have to explain to me what this next one is, this road-based repair.
Well,
I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
I can tell you it's very, very expensive.
Is it?
Asphalt's gonna be about $225 to $400.
I did a neighborhood, partnered with them, and TJ Campbell's the one that has the current 6-month base repair, and there was base failure. So instead of me taking all the county workers out there and do that, I just said, hey, you guys do it. They did it 2 days and gone and clean. They did a good job. But you just go out and you mark these sections off that you're having base.
Haskell
failure.
Lemon,
Yeah,
Atlas,
go in and
TJ
do
Campbell,
that.
road-based repair bid.
So do they grind it out?
Whatever it takes. They
Okay.
may grind it, they may, in that case, they cut it out and hauled it off and then came back up with gravel and then
Yeah,
you couldn't even tell now. And then we overlaid it.
yeah,
Nobody knows the difference.
yeah. Okay.
They normally grind it out about 8 inches deep.
Okay.
Lay asphalt about 8 inches thick in that spot.
Okay, okay. And how many do we get on this?
3.
3, okay.
So like this one's $292 a ton, $284 a ton. They charge you $5,000 for mobile, for showing up, for moving their equipment out, $289 a ton. Gets pretty expensive pretty quick.
Yeah, I can see that.
So the secret to it is to have a good base before you lay asphalt.
Oh, there's no doubt, no doubt. Which is what we're hoping to do
Prairie Grove.
on Prairie Grove out there next year, yeah.
I'd say spreadsheet.
Okay, so what I have for item 6 is action was taken to award bid number 2024-12 for 6-month cold patch awarded to Logan County Asphalt. Table, bid number 2024-13 for 6 months rock haul. Award bid 2024-14 for bridge boards to Leo Hicks. table bid 2024-15 for 6-month asphalt products, 2024-16 for asphalt laid in place, 2024-17 for road base repair, all tables to the 15th of December.
I move on that.
We took action on
Okay, we
those
already
two.
did.
Not probably the cheapest.
Well,
All
you
right.
just do it.
Oh, I would
How
also,
does it work out with the 75?
just to acknowledge
Yeah.
that the bids received from Delisi are being rejected for failure to comply with requirements.
All righty.
And we don't know which one of these they were going to bid on.
Do we vote on this action yet? On
Yes,
this?
yeah, you're done on that. You wanna hand those to me?
I will.
So you need a motion or anything?
You took action on the two, and then we just tabled the others. So we're good.
Item 7, consideration and possible action on a resolution, order of notice of election calling a special county election on March 5th, 2024 for the purpose of levying and assessing the following sales tax for a period of 15 years beginning January 2025. A, it's 1/4% for county tax for roads and bridges, maintenance and improvements. B would be 1/4% for county tax for Logan County jail maintenance, operations, and personnel costs. C is 1/4% county tax for maintenance, operation, repairs, personal benefits, personal training, equipment purchase, and capital outlay for fire departments located within Logan County. So my question is, located in Logan County, does that include just the fire district, or does the fire department have to be in? I want to make sure we get all 14 in there.
They're in there, yes.
Okay, just the way it says, located within Logan
Right,
County.
and that's just all the previous verbiage. You know, the two, their buildings are out, but because they are the type of department they are. Deer Creek is a fire protection district. In 2019, the law changed to allow them to expand that citizen elected district across county lines, which is what happened last year. That election passed by the citizens. Cashin being a Title 11 whose city limits do enter Logan County.
Well, it just says located within Logan
Yeah.
County. I just want to make sure that we're getting all.
And that is
14.
just,
Four
This-
portions thereof.
And it will be an even split between the 14.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
that is the intention of the documents as drawn.
Yeah. I'll move that we put this on the election for the 5th of March.
The one thing that we might want to point out is this is not asking for any increase or change to the dollar amount of the current sales tax being collected. This is just asking to continue collecting that sales tax for a period of 15 years.
Right.
Extending the current tax rate and tax.
Right.
And Charlie, you made a motion?
Yes.
I'll second.
I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the sales tax for the 3 entities? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, the motion carries. But I will mention that Corey from Deer Creek wrote a very informative email, and he did a good job on the email.
Yes, he did. Is this the actual ballot wording right here?
Yes.
Okay.
Item 8 is going to be consideration and possible action on 2023 Emergency Management Performance Grant Application.
So this is the annual that Stephen gets to reimburse some of the costs for his training and stuff as the EM. The green tabs are just your signature, the blue is the board.
Do you know, maybe you don't, when the citizens, will they get one ballot for 3 questions or 3 separate ballots?
I don't know. It is
I think
three
it'll be one
separate
ballot with
questions.
Three questions on it. I think
It's-
they'll fit.
I think that's how that will be.
Yeah.
But they are three separate questions.
Yeah.
Will the ballot be blue, green, or yellow?
What is the amount of money on this, Steve?
Was it, I think it was 500 or 800, yeah.
So this is a part of his EMP that reimburses his travel costs for training attendance.
Yeah.
The full EMPG is 5,000
Yeah,
a
Okay.
year.
Okay.
this is just to help with some training reimbursement.
Okay. And that training is for you, correct?
Yes.
Is that because you really need it, or what's the deal?
Well, so part of my EMPG grant that I work off of, there's mandatory training in that grant that you have to go to.
And you have to go to NIMS training on occasion, get a refresher,
Yeah.
which I think you're supposed to do as well at some point, Charlie, NIMS training, but they
Yeah,
don't
am
hold
I?
it every day.
Okay.
All county employees are supposed to have some type of NIMS training, yeah.
Do they ever bring it here, or do we have to go?
You can, the ones that are required for the county employees, you can do it online. It's self-paced.
My memory was that whole NIMS was developed, the NIMS process was developed in California from all their wildfires and how they want to do a command structure. It's goofy stuff.
So when do I need to go to that?
I'll email you the links to sign up and do it online.
Do it online?
Yes,
Oh, boy.
it's self-paced online.
Is it
Okay.
really?
Yeah.
I went to Bartlesville to do mine years ago.
Yeah, now they've moved it to, there's only a few that are in person now. Most of them are all online.
I'll make a motion to approve this grant.
I'll say.
I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The motion carries. Item 9, consideration and possible action on the following detention transportation claims for September and October. Amount of $656.56 and $426.94.
Move we approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the detention transportation claims?
I have nothing on 1011.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries. We have no action on 10 or 11. Item 12, consideration and possible action on consent agenda items.
We don't have any transfers for this year. I do have these transfers from last fiscal year to this year.
Are you transferring money out of District 3 into 2, or what are we doing here?
It's a surprise.
Oh, a surprise. Well, I thought I better jump on that before Monty did, suggesting the other way around.
That's how we're gonna split the sales tax on
Oh.
county roads.
Okay.
Cash and appropriations.
Spring Ridge Road District's gonna get $88.65.
Good money.
Well, those road districts takes, I don't know, I think 250 homes or so to matter. They vote themselves in a little property increase to improve their additions. And if they don't have enough homes, they don't generate enough money. You're going through more political wrangling than you ever
Evergreen's
get.
getting $93.
Huh?
I want to talk to you.
Which one?
Evergreen. Oak Springs is gonna get $259.
I think there's a better way to do that.
Well, there's two types of road districts. One of them is where you do bonds and stuff.
Right.
But that one, I've always been apprehensive of trying to tell people about it. But this says in the law that if they don't pay the property tax, we take the property in 3 years.
Mhm.
Well, I don't want to take their property because they can't afford to
Mm-hmm.
contribute to their percentage of the road improvement. That makes sense?
Well,
It's supposed to be assessed.
It is, but then on one of the road districts, it's, you take the cost of the road and then you do a pro rata share
10 years.
and it goes right on. These folks, if they can't pay that, then we don't have a choice as a county, we have to take their property and sell it for that amount of money. Now, if you have everybody on board and they already know what they're doing and up front, but whenever you just vote the majority, there may be a minority in there that just literally can't afford that. You know, we live beyond our means quite a bit, all of us.
well, not everybody.
90% of
I've met a few that don't.
some of those, their means are greater than others.
Not everybody's equal, no, for sure. I've done a lot of financial counseling over the years, and I've had about 50% success. 100% success with people that followed my advice, but the people that didn't, it's ones I didn't.
Well, there's a reason why those marketers put stuff right by the cash register.
Mhm.
We're kind of like those birds. We like that shiny thing. Well, that thing we can't have, or somebody else has, and we kind of want.
Looks good in the nest.
Yeah. Can we send this back and ask for more money on that? County Bridge and Road Improvement Fund?
Would it help?
No.
Better not. Then.
We all missed one here, boys. Rural fire sales tax, we better sign that.
Oh, did we? Yeah. Sorry.
He did too.
Yeah, see it.
Oops, sneeze it. There you go.
I sat between two eagle eyes here. Thank goodness.
How come Oak Springs has?
See, we glanced, we'll go at what laid in
And
place.
you know, the apportionment's
Just
actually
think
done
it's about
twice a
20.
month.
Yeah.
Sure would.
So,
Yeah.
the first half of the month, second half of
They're
the
good.
month, collection.
So it takes a lot of years to do
Yeah.
that little half-mile road they have.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've done a road fund for our road when I used to live on that. Asked a whopping sum of $5 a month.
But that's different than this.
No, I know it's different, it's voluntary.
How much was
But-
this? My memory's
It's always
failing.
on shit.
It's just here it is.
So the rural road improvement districts are set by statute for millage on valuation. And 6 mills, they can, if they do a bond, they can bond and go to an election to go to 9 mills, but basically they're getting 6 mills.
And you and I, you were, I think, out of the room, and I said, I think we came up with 200, 250 homes minimum to make a difference.
Well, that's not even fair, because it just depends where those 250 are located and how big they are and how much they're valued at.
Yeah.
The problem with the statute that allowed these to be created is there was no minimum valuation requirement to generate enough revenue. So the one, which is the newest one, Spring Ridge, was created and implemented, I think their first tax year collection was 2011. As of this moment, they have less than, or maybe just over $10,000 in their account in 12 years. Because the area is not, it doesn't have enough value to generate enough revenue. It's actually, those folks are never gonna see anything for their money.
Yeah.
Well, so, do these folks know they have $10,000 sitting there?
I don't know. Here's the problem
Yeah,
for
that's
road
another
improvement
problem.
districts. They are a legal entity.
Okay.
They are established, they have a legal entity. Now, part of the problem with the statute is when those were created, the statute didn't allow them to have a treasurer. And because that didn't, now the county is deemed their treasurer. So we hold their funds here. They have to go through us, purchase orders, that whole thing. You know, people move, come and go. Every so often, the bigger ones, Oak Springs and Sherwood, are aware. They also know it takes them a long time. They've actually fairly recently did a couple of projects that drained their funds down. But again, it just takes so long
To build up.
to build up enough money to do anything. And then Spring Ridge, which is only less than a mile of roadway with very low valuations. Like I said, it's been 11 years and they don't even have $11,000 total. There's some real problem with those statutes.
But then when they come in the courthouse saying, or to the commissioner saying, hey, we wanna do something with our money, we don't know if we're talking to that legal representative or not.
I have advocated for dissolution of all rural, and evidently us, and I know Creek just created a rural road improvement district, but so for a long time.
Creek
Logan-
County?
Yes, Logan was the only county in the state that even had them. Most officials didn't know it was possible. I've had auditors come and go, what is this? When field auditors had never seen or heard. I know Creek just created one. You know, I understand the idea behind them. I understand what created them way back in the day as giving the residents a chance to put in, you know, funding to help. It just wasn't written in a way that makes sense.
I know Roy Dodson did one many years ago.
That was different.
Was it different? Okay.
That was a different thing. That actually fell in the county clerk's office to collect upon sale of every lot. So much money was set aside, and that did filter through our office as well, but it was kind of a little different. Rural
It
road,
raised a fair amount of money, didn't it?
but it took a long time.
Yeah.
Rural road improvement districts by statute are an organized entity. They have to have elections, they're supposed to have board members, you know, they are
Right,
an
right.
entity.
They're probably subject to open meeting laws like.
I'm sure, you know, so in my opinion, looking over the years of being caught in the middle of this, the statutes they just didn't allow. Number one, a fire protection district, let's weigh the two, actually allows them to have their own treasurer and their own budget. So we remit this money directly to the fire protection districts. And they're on the hook for the auditing and the expenses and all of that. That's not an option for the rural road improvement districts. And again, if the area doesn't have enough valuation, that 6 mills is not gonna generate revenues quick enough to really make a difference.
Mhm.
That 6 mil does not take away from what they're paying today. It adds to what they're paying today.
Right, right.
It is not considered a tax. It is actually legally considered a special assessment. And as such, if you are a senior freeze recipient or you go in the
Disabled
file for
veteran.
low income tax, you are just like fire districts. That does not apply to the special assessments.
You
And
get
so
that 6% no matter what.
you still have to pay, just like those in the fire districts, Oak Cliff, Woodcrest. You can freeze off and get, assistance on your ad valorem that goes to the county and the schools and that, but this isn't really ad valorem, it's considered special assessment, so you still have to pay that,
Mhm.
even if you don't have to pay your other.
So how many districts do we have in Logan County?
Rural road improvement districts, we have 4.
So what would they have to do to get rid of it? Vote of the people, or?
I think, I've never researched, but I do think that there would be a process, I'd have to get with legal to dissolve it. But the problem when you go to dissolve is then what do I do with this money we're sitting on?
We give it back to the people.
But it'd be different people today.
Yeah, it
Well,
wouldn't be,
maybe they sold their house, so.
yeah, I mean, it would be a complicated situation. I think, I've advocated for a really long time. The legislature just really needs to take a look at the
Yeah.
statutes for those.
So-
Have you talked to any lawmakers about it?
In the past I have, but
Okay.
So let's maybe go talk about it under comments and announcements. I'd entertain a motion on consent agenda items.
Yeah, since we signed them, I wanna make the motion.
I'll second it.
I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the consent? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries. Now comments, questions, announcements by the Board of County Commissioners. Stephen, you got anything?
I do, tomorrow, Echo Safety Guy will be here, and we're gonna go tour all the buildings and barns, and start working on that.
Dale?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Nicole, you got anything you'd like to share?
good.
All right. Cool.
No,
Mark? I mean, we'll talk about the road districts now.
What would we already
But
done?
really, I think we ought to send out a letter and let some of these people know that, hey, we need to know who their official board members are so we can, let them know that they got money sitting here. They might not know.
Mhm.
2 of them, I'm sure know.
yeah, I was gonna say, I know, and 3 of the 4 are in District 1. And those 3 have, within the last 9 years,
And
2
done
for
something.
sure have used their money, yes.
All right, anything? None? Charlie?
Well, we have this special meeting coming up Friday at 10:30. And I know we have to open this as a regular, commission meeting or special commission meeting. The presenter will need PowerPoint, wants to do PowerPoint.
Since we're gonna meet in the sheriff's training room, all of that is in place.
That is correct. And so my thought was perhaps she should have center stage. Maybe we would be off to the right or left, or I prefer not to go left, but to the right, wherever we sit or start our board meeting.
I don't know if you've been over there.
I have. but-
Okay, there's a podium at the front. I really, in all honesty, hadn't given any thought about putting a table at the front for you all. I mean, you could just set at the existing table, unless you want me to move tables up there for you to be.
Well, I was just thinking where everybody's sitting, they ought to be able to see her presentation.
Exactly.
I wouldn't think we would want to be sitting where she would be presenting from.
So the way they've lined
Unless
it
we
up-
get up and move.
Well, what I'm saying is the way they've lined it up is the audience side in the training room has 2 screens.
Okay,
But there's also a screen that in the back
Yeah.
for like the presenter to see to follow
Okay.
along.
Okay.
I just assumed that you all would take the front
Yeah.
table facing the presenter
Yeah.
in the layout because the screens are in the front.
Jacob from Cleveland County, he said he may come.
yeah. From my I'm gonna guess we will have 35 to 45 people there, would be my guess on it, so.
And this is not an action meeting, it's a discussion meeting.
Right, right,
So really, once money calls it, or whether it doesn't matter where we are.
yeah, okay.
Anything else?
Well, I don't know about that sending a letter to these folks. I don't know how much problem that'd be, or who would you even send a letter to?
I don't know. I mean, there's a good chance these folks don't know that they got money sitting there.
I do know the previous commissioner in District 1 went to those additions. 3 of them are in District 1 and managed to gather up. And that's what sparked them to use those funds. And every so often I'll get an email that says, hey, how much money do we have type thing. So I know those 3. As far as Spring Ridge,
Well, they should do.
don't know.
Just a
Where is
thought.
Spring Ridge, which,
District 2,
oh, it is. Where is it, I wonder?
I don't remember offhand. Mark, where is it? It's only like, it's less than a mile road.
That isn't that Roy Dobson's, is it?
I don't know. Roy was in Woodcrest.
Mm-hmm. It's actually, what was the area it burned, trying to think what that addition's called. It's not.
I can look it
I
up.
forgot.
Yeah,
I
I
forgot.
can't remember it now either.
So
And maybe they know they got money, but, sometimes you gotta remind them.
But a lot of times, and I'm not trying to, this is that sausage making, it's so little amount, if you stir them up, there's nothing you can do for them anyway.
Mhm.
Well, at least they know they got it though.
Okay.
Mhm.
All righty, anything else? I got a bill for 14, consideration of possible action on adjournment.
All right, I'll second that.
I'll make the motion. Everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you, guys.